it'll come to me. But this was in Toledo, so I was driving in Detroit one day and it broke down and a mechanic helped me and he said, oh, you just, I forget what it was called. He goes, here's how you can start it under the hood. This car's a total lemon. Mom can be a lemon. So I was like, thanks, Dad.
You weren't the favorite child.
But
You were just one of the
it
children.
didn't- Well, the Pinto. So, when did you start in the business?
You know, I started, I was 19. You know, I didn't go to school. I didn't go to high school much. And, you know, I
Where
I
did
just
you
didn't.
go to high school?
At Riverview. I'm from North County, and I just didn't make it to class much. And, you know, they put me through the system because I could pass the test. I just didn't do the homework. You know, I didn't show up. I slept in class. I was just that person. And so then I had the great idea after high school, I'm going to go to college. And I wound up being my best friend going to SIU, Edwardsville. I got on a what do they call that, probation? Yeah, they'll let you get into class, and he's going for sociology, and I said, that sounds good, I'll do that.
Sociology?
Yeah. And then we wind up, you know, driving over there, and then we get sidetracked to Fast Eddie's, and it just never happened. So I think I went to one trimester, and I don't even think I completed that.
Well,
So,
college
yeah.
is not for everybody.
It wasn't for me, nor was high school. And I
But
don't
you
think
In middle school, I mean, who needs
Yeah,
it?
it's a waste of time for me.
You sound street smart.
Yeah, well, maybe. But so I went to Riverview, and I lived with my grandparents. We lived in North County and Castle Point. If you probably did some reports on that back in the day, you know, when you were.
I do remember.
Yeah. So I lived with my grandparents. My mom, she was 15 when she had me. So we just had a unique life. It was great. We had 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and there was about 12 of us in the house.
Was your mom in the house?
She was, yeah, she was. And my grandfather was a World War II veteran, had no hands and 1 eye. So you could just imagine the chaos in our
How
house.
fun.
But it was cool. It was all good stuff. But so I just got in the car business when I was 19. I started selling cars at Lou Fuse Nissan up on Olive. And just one thing led to another. And I just happened to, one thing I didn't do was drugs, which is helpful, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of just followed the path of that, and just one thing led to another, and timing's important, I guess, too. You know, just right place at the right time, and worked hard, I think.
And the World
Yeah.
Lines Missouri text line is open. Oh, a texter said, I had a Vega.
A Vega.
That's
oh,
it. And that
okay.
was a lemon.
Yeah.
That's what I learned to drive.
Yeah,
in Vegas.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, texter from the 314. Oh, look, everybody has said Vega, Vega, Vega. Everybody knows. And oh my goodness, love Darren. What a treat.
Oh, that's nice. I got something for your listeners. I'll give them $200 today if they can text in what Josh. Josh is cheap. Let's be very clear.
I've heard
Yeah.
that when you and Heidi.
Very
were
cheap.
together.
So what did he buy me the other day? It was the nicest gift I've ever gotten from Josh. The only gift, but it was so sweet. If you can tell us what that is, let's give him $200 gift card.
$200 gift
Yeah.
card. And Darren, I know you give out your cell phone on the air. What
I
is
do.
it?
Oh God, 314-586-1333.
586-1333.
Yeah.
Because the first texter who can tell us what Josh, the
You can say
Call
it.
frugal?
I think cheap.
cheapskate.
Frugal's very polite.
Although I've heard Josh say, quote unquote, I am a
Cheap.
cheapskate.
Yeah, he is.
So what did he give to Darren the other day? We have many
Lovely
answers
gift.
here.
Yeah.
A cake?
That's it.
A cake?
Cake wins. Yeah.
Somebody else said coffee, a pizza, cookies. Did
They're
Making
guessing.
stuff
They're
up.
guessing.
pumpkin cookie? Okay, a
Guessing.
cake. You win. I'm going to write down
Yeah.
your number.
Write it
Did
down.
this person make the cake? I'm into cake. Do you know if they made it?
Josh?
Oh no, he bought it.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, you're
Josh.
asking them. Yeah.
Josh bought the cake. All right.
Josh would have
Can
made
you
the
talk
cake.
while I write down this?
Oh, yeah,
number?
We're not
sure.
we're not gonna eat the cake.
Let me ask you, because getting into the car business, the ownership of a car business
Right.
is tough. You can be in the business, but to own a franchise like you are with the Kia, that's something a little more difficult. There's a lot of politics, and you said timing, but I'd love to know how you got there.
You know, I started working when I was 19 selling cars, and then in the car business, you can rise it up pretty easy. You really can, because the quality of people back in the 80s when I was in it was just different. And so I just kind of stayed clean and rose to the top of what I was doing. I was 29, 27, 25, running the store and being pretty young doing it. So I just was able to do some things. I moved to Springfield, Missouri. I ran a big company store there, Mercedes, Chevrolet, and I think it was Subaru at the time. And we did 500 cars a month. So I got so much experience from the volume and all that. And then I met my current partner now when I was down there. We got together, and we've been together 20 years. And it's just been, you know, it's very difficult. Kia, for example, you know, 15 years ago, if you owned a Kia, people laughed at you.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, it's like Hyundai.
Same thing.
Back in the 80s, people kind of laughed at it. It was the butt of all the jokes. And now they are a mainstream, well-respected, so is Kia.
There's no question. Hyundai's a parent company for
Right,
Kia.
right.
So when we bought the store 4 years ago, it was very questionable, right?
Mm-hmm.
The store was losing money. Did it make sense? We went ahead and did it, and then it turned out to be we're the smartest guys on the planet because Kia is probably one of the top 5 hottest franchises to buy right now. So it's been good.
My best friend has a Kia, which I love, the little Kia Soul.
Soul,
And
yeah.
is it
Yeah.
the Telluride?
Telluride's the hottest
Oh, it
SUV
looks
in the
cool.
world. Yeah.
But what about the problem right now?
Well, the problem we're having now is
Stealing
the cars that have just the old-fashioned key, not the push button. They have found a way to manipulate that and steal the car.
The old-fashioned key?
The old-fashioned, just a key turn. Now, if you got a push button, you can't do it. But they're putting those MP3 deals or whatever they're putting in those sticks, and they're starting the cars. Nothing Kia did wrong. They've not apologized for it. It's just they've found a way around it. So unfortunately, it's happened, and it's happening a lot. And
Well, it didn't help that they have been making YouTube videos about this. The Kia boys going out there and actually
right.
showing how to do this, and then they steal the cars, and they run
Right.
around, and it, you know.
Darren, I thought there was some kind of fix that Kia.
I know of no fix. I've not heard of a fix because I don't think nothing was wrong. Now they may have done something as a stopgap, but they've claimed no fault, no recall, nothing like that.
So how did they steal them?
Well, I think they're putting those whatever. I'm not a car person, to be honest with you. So we're off topic right now for me.
I mean, you want to ask car questions?
Yeah,
we'll get
find
somebody in
somebody-
here.
yeah, I'm not that guy. But whatever they're using, those sticks, they're putting in the ignition or whatever, and they're able to start the car, bypassing something.
On the World Banks from Missouri Texan, my friend owns a mechanical shop, and he says he's had the easiest electrical system Kias
Yeah.
of any car he's had to work on.
Yeah. I
Which
guess that's
seems
good.
like a plus.
Yeah, I would think so.
So what do you tell people to do?
Well, here, I mean, we give the club away for free. So if you buy a Kia, we'll give you the club. And, you know, my car was just stolen. I just, you know, and it was my fault. But I was a part of that whole shenanigan. I'll tell you real quick.
What did you do?
Well, I left my key in my car, first of all, which is mistake number 1. Go to high school and take your key out of your car. I did neither. I've done neither of those. But no, so I was at QT, 10 o'clock on call it Thursday night, I think it was, or Wednesday night, I don't even know. I go in, I had a hoodie on, and I had my wallet. Usually I didn't have my wallet in my pocket. I happened to have that. And I pull up to QT, and a black BMW pulls in behind me real fast on the side of me. It was odd. I get out, they've got a temp tag on. Well, that's kind of odd too, it's faded. But those temp tags these days, they're all over the place. So I go in to get a soda, and I come out, my car's gone.
Yep.
Gone. It was 2 or 3 minutes. I thought it was my son. Because sometimes in the summer, my son hangs out there, and he would always take my car and move it around the other side and trick me. You know? Yeah. But I did a quick walk around. There's nobody there. I called the police. They come, and they said, well, we'll write it up. There's nothing we can do. You know, good luck. And I said, you know, I think I've got a tracker on my car. I personally. So I called one of my guys at work. They finally answered the phone. He looked at it and goes, yeah, you know what? Your car is tracked. It's at 55 in Lindbergh right now. So I told the police officer, I said, here it is. Can you call somebody down there to stop them? They said, we can't do that anymore. Unless they're shooting at you, we don't stop anybody, which is the problem what we're having. So,
Right.
so then I'm looking, it's on Grand. I'm following the car. So I call my guy, I said, come pick me up. He picks me up. I said, let's go get the extra key. Let's go get my car. So the car winds up sitting in North County off Redmond Road in a neighborhood. So we get in the car. I've got the extra key. I'm going to get my car. We go up to, this is about 11:15 now. We go up to the QT at Parker in 367. I said, there's a police officer there. We'll go in and say, can you help us? Help me go get my car. The police officer says, I can't do that. I'm posted up here. You have to call 911. So I'm debating, do I call 911 or do I just go get my car? So we call 911. They show up. The lady says, the police officer says, we can't. What are you doing? What are you here for? We'll handle this the way it's handled. And I said, well, here's my car. It's 2 blocks away. I'm going to get it. Will you go with me or not? She said, I don't really know. Another police officer pulls up. He says, let's go. So first police officer goes. We go next in the third car. We're driving through the subdivisions. We kill our lights. They pull their guns out. We get out. They walk around the car. Do that again. The noise. That was so good.
Sorry.
That was awesome. So they pull their guns out, and they walk around the car. They find nothing. I get in the car and I leave. And that's all that happened. Now, if I wouldn't have done that, it'd have been 3 weeks, 3 months, my car would have been back at the impound lot. I get in it, they pulled some wires out of it. It smells like weed, which is terrible for me because I don't smoke weed. So it's very strong. I get in the car. Now I'm driving home thinking, I'm in a stolen car. Because I've not told the other officer in West County that I got the car. So I call him and said, hey, I found my car and I'm in it. He goes, what? You can't do that. I said, I'm in it. Can you take it off the hot list? So he gets in there and does that. As I pull in a gas station again that night at 11:30, a cop pulls me trying to say this car's stolen. So I had to go through all that.
No.
So it was a perfect story, but I was in bed by 1 o'clock with my car at the end of the day. So
We have a lot of